Hello, in this video I'm going to show you how to make a working hero pack for the Physics Superior mod. So, to get started, I would make a file and a base of operations, your workplace. So, for this video I will be using Visual Studio Code, which is my preferred coding program. So, to start the layout of your hero pack, you're going to want to make one folder and call it assets. Now this folder is going to be really important, so make sure it's spelled correctly and everything like that. Then you're going to want to make a file called heropack.json and make sure that opens up into here. Now this is going to be your hero pack code, which is basically going to be really important. So it's really simple. So here you're going to start with one of these, and you're going to want to make a name, which is going to be this line of code right here. It's going to be your name. You're not going to see any of this, but this inside of here, that's going to be the name that appears on your hero pack. So this is important, I guess. So after that, you're going to want to make a description, which can really be anything, and you don't have to make a description. Now, basically, this is going to be the most important part of the hero pack. It's going to be the domain. You're going to want to make this right here, exactly. Now, you're going to want to think this through. This is really important. This is what it's going to use to identify all your files and your hero pack, differentiate it from another one. So make sure this is only you have this, no one else. No other one you have loaded into Minecraft, of course. You're going to want to make, after that, you're going to want to make pack format, which is going to look something like this, and only that. You're going to want to put a 1 here, and then one of these. Now, this is always going to be a 1 and nothing else. It should never be anything else. So make sure that this is correct. You have to make sure. This is insanely important. Now, personally, I have a watermark. You don't need this, but I prefer it. So after that, you're basically going to want to close that file and make sure it's saved, of course. Then you're going to want to open assets and make one folder. This is going to be what you named your domain, so make sure that lines up. You're going to want to go in there right now and make 3 more folders: data, renderers, and textures. Now, these are all 3 core elements of how this is going to look. So, data is going to explain to the game your powers and your abilities and how it should work, how it should function. Renderers is going to show the game how your skin and models should load, how every one of your abilities should look like. So that's going to be more of a look. And textures is just going to be where you're going to put all of those textures that you have already made to make everything look like what the render is going to need. Hope that was clear. I really do. So let's get started. You're going to want to make 2 folders here. You don't need the fabricator one, but I just add it for personal use. So on the fabricator, if you're adding this, you're going to want to add 2 more folders with, right now you don't need anything inside of them, but make sure they're there. Now you're going to want to make heroes. This is going to be really important. So let's say you open up this one. Now this is basically, I'm going to run it down for you. Hopefully water it down. You're going to want to make function in it, and then hero. That's going to explain what this is, what coding this is. But that's not important right now. No, it really is for you, but not for me. So you're going to want to set the name. This is going to be what's going to appear in the game. So your name, like of the armor. This is going to be the suit qualifications. You can check that on the Central Discord, Hero Pack Central. I will link that in the description if I remember it. I really apologize about that. Now, This should be, this is a pretty strong character, but it's not the strongest. So it's a tier 7. Really all depends on what type of powers and everything you have. This is a pretty simple one though, but it's really strong. So this is basically every piece of armor that you're gonna need to complete the armor set. So here it's chest plate, leggings, and boots. No helmet right now, but you can just pause right here to read it if that's what you need. Here is going to tell you the powers, like, which you should already have coded. I will explain that, show you code, everything you need. Don't worry about it. Please don't. Now, this is going to be attributes. So this is basically going to be your character's base power. Like punch damage, that's just without using any power. That's just the full armor set's abilities. And strength, speed, jump height, fall resistance, weapon damage, impact damage, and base speed levels. That's for super speed, but I haven't coded that yet, so sorry. Now this is your keybinds, obviously. Now this is basically binding the power, heat vision, which is what my character has right now, to the menu, basically, to this character. So laser vision is what's going to appear on screen that you can read and show. Now, all keybinds are going to be positioned as in 1 is C. Each number is tied to a different letter keybind. So just so you know that. 1, you're going to want to make this. If that really depends. Once you make sure you have that, you should go make sure you have this. This is a JavaScript file. It's a JavaScript, should be nothing else. Now we're going to go into the powers folder, which is going to be, this is basically the code for its superhuman abilities. So this is basically controlled flight code, which is stuff like that. Controlled flight, so this is flight, basically. The flight power. Super speed powers right here. Teleportation. Doesn't really matter. Heat vision. It does 15 damage for me. You can copy this exact code. Pause right now. And right now. There. Now that should be sorted. If you have any questions, please comment again. It's not like I have a life or anything. Literally. I'm not lying right now. So now we're going to go into renderers. This is going to be super important. Here you're going to want to make one file, call it heroes. Now you're going to want to make a JavaScript file. This is basically, as I've already said, animation, everything like that. So this is all you need, but for animation, you're going to want to make this entire thing. So let me explain it. This basically extends the code, tells the game to load these textures. Make sure this is your domain, should be at least. And this is going to be the name of the textures folder that I haven't shown you yet, so stay tuned. This is basically, when you write this down, this will explain what animations. So here we're gonna have all of the. This is gonna be the function init animation render code. Now this is gonna be the parent.init animation renderer code. You're gonna want to make utils flight animation, as you can see here, right here. Now this is basically loading. This is loading Iron Man's flight animation, binding that to your character, and this is basically doing the same thing, just showing it which file to look in, not what code, because that would have been wrong. This is gonna be the hover animation. Now it may say current.hover right here, but that's because of another hero pack. So replace this with iron underscore man. That what you see right there. Replace that with current. Make sure you do that. That's really important. Then you gotta make sure this is like it is, and the same here. It should be just like that. Now this is gonna be about rolling and landing and my laser vision. So this is the superhero landing, the code right here, the Iron Man landing as it should be. That's what it normally is for everything. This is gonna be render. This is gonna render the color of the light vision that I have made. You don't need this, but I like it like this. So here you're gonna add animation with data, and this is basically gonna allow you to double click D or A to roll while flying. You don't need this, but it's really cool, so highly recommend. I'm gonna let you take a pause, and I'm moving on right now. Again, if you're having any issues, please comment it or go to Hero Central and ask for help there. I hope this tutorial has made it really clear, but I'm not finished yet. So this is basically going to be the Minecraft skin texture. And to do this, you're going to basically, after you have a complete skin, as you can see on the Discord, which I can find. Don't overlook any of my, don't overlook anything. So this is basically what you're going to want to do. You're going to want to have layer 1 be the top half of the skin and be the boots. The boots and only the shoes. Pants are going to be layer 2 and you're going to want to make sure you will separate them. If not, everything will be not functional. Now don't worry about that. You don't need any of that. This is going to be item texture. You're going to want to make... Oh yeah, I forgot to make the texture thing. So you're going to want to make a hero folder inside of textures, then make another hero folder inside of that. What? Textures, heroes, and items. Textures, heroes. Then it's going to be an item file. We just looked at the heroes file. Now it's going to be items file. So go in there. It should be a hero file inside of the item file. Here is basically going to be what it's going to show as your items. This should be all correct. Make sure it is. Double check, triple check, quadruple check. Make sure. So that is basically going to be it with the texture file. It's not too much to get into. But once you are finished with this, you're going to want to put this, you're going to want to open the Open Hero Pack folder on Minecraft. You're going to want to open that, then this file will come up right here. You're going to want to drag this right into there. Make sure it's working by checking if this comes up. If your hero pack name and description comes up, everything you've done should be functional. Now what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go down, if you have any superior armor, unequip it really quick. You're going to want to type /Fisk Heroes. Use tab to autocorrect and recommend. You're going to want to do reload that and resources. Click enter. That's going to basically reload every piece of hero pack in the game right now. And reload the creative menu too. So this might take a while. Sometimes it crashes your game. Not often, but it can happen. So don't be too stressed. This can take a while. Sometimes your game will show up as not responding. Just let it do its thing. It's a bit slow because this version of Minecraft is old. Really, really old. So don't worry too much, okay? Here, everything is loaded up. Now I'm going to make sure it says 20. That's always a good sign. Scrolling through all my hero packs. Guess what I found? First I found the one that used to work. Doesn't work anymore for some really odd reason. I think the power still works. Does the animation even work? Was it? Oh, look, it can do the roll. Anyway, that's one of my biggest mistakes. This is the suit I showed you. This is how it looks. It flies. It has purple laser vision. Cloud. It's pretty awesome, honestly. I really love it. As you can see, it's not a Kryptonian, if you'd be surprised. But that's going to be it for this tutorial. Hope this taught you a lot. And if not, please comment if you have if anything happens. I will try my best to reply to everyone and help you fix your problems. Only Minecraft problems, though. Goodbye.